Hi, I'm Simon Rushton and this is Taxi Chronicles Podcast. On this podcast, we spontaneously interview unsuspecting passengers with their permission, allowing them to share their intimate life stories and concerns. As our slogan states, real riders, real stories. Some riders prefer to be anonymous, while others ask me to tell their story later on. Either way, there are all genuine 5 to 10 minutes stories, so sit back and enjoy this episode. Night. Oh, here we are, we're back again. Taxis Chronicles. We've got two nice people. I was going to say a couple, but they're not, they're work colleagues in the car. And they're in the banking industry. And we're just going to hear what it's like to work for one of the major high street banks, what motivated them to join the bank, and what motivates them every day to get up and be in the banking industry, and if they've got any funny stories or just things like that, or how the banking industry has changed. So over to you.
Okay, so when I joined the bank, it was 40 years ago, and each branch was probably... The first branch I joined was in a place called Teddington, 35 staff. Every single person was just like dedicated to working in the bank. I was 16 when I joined the bank, never did any A-levels, even university, nothing like that. It was all just really different back in those days. The branch had a whole load of operations going on in there. Every single minor detail was done in the branch. And I think I joined along with 5 other people at the same time, so we're all 16, 17, 18 year olds. It was fantastic. We had a great time. Moved on to Hounslow after that. Over 100 people worked there. We used to have our own cricket team, football team. It was brilliant.
These are branches?
These are just branches.
Just like normal high street branches?
Absolutely.
So this is way before computers have kind of...
Well, you had really basic computers, but when I first joined, probably, like basic computers, but it was very labour intensive. You had loads of people. Hounslow, as I say, had over 100 staff. We used to have our own cricket team, rugby team, football team, everything. It was great fun. Really good days.
Okay.
Those were the days. It was good fun. Changed a lot now these days. Like, we're working in Hammersmith. We've got about 10 staff, which, as I say, 30 odd years ago there would have been about 40, 50 staff. So it really changed a lot.
So do you feel that it's better how it used to be?
Some of it was better how it used to be, some of it's better now. So in terms of how it used to be, the better bits were there was loads more people working together. You worked as a team, a group of loads of young people all working together, lots of socialising. But the managers were very old-fashioned, very sort of, you called them not quite sir, but it was really old school.
Yep.
These days, managers are much more approachable, hopefully. So that side of it's better now, I think, but very, very different to what it was. Really hugely different.
Do you, with the customer line, I hear people saying how I used to know my bank manager by his first name kind of thing, and all those kind of things. Do you feel that that's all gone, or was that a myth?
I think people back in the day would know their bank manager if they were like regular people that would come in and see them.
Yeah.
But most people wouldn't know the bank manager at all. Whereas now, I would say, like, I was a bank manager. A lot of customers knew me, would come in and see me. So I don't think it's changed massively. I think it's a bit of a cliche to say I used to know my bank manager. You know, I was a manager, I was in the branch all the time, so people knew me. So I don't think it's that different. I think bank managers 30, 40 years ago had certain customers they would see all the time and they would sort of prioritise them, whereas now anyone can see a bank manager. So I think it's better now, actually.
With the modern technology we have today, and from the security measures to just the way we work with computers, I take it actually robbing banks have become a thing of the past.
Robbing banks, did you say?
What's robbing banks?
Well, the old-fashioned hold-up with a gun and stick up two fingers and, give us the money. That's kind of... I've never seen that, certainly not in recent years. People rob banks all the time, but they do it more cleverly through scams, through older customers,
When was the bank last ever robbed?
Yeah, a long time ago. You don't get the old-fashioned having a gun stuck in your face, give us the money type thing. That doesn't happen anymore, but people rob banks in more technological ways, I suppose you could say. Yeah?
What's the biggest issue you'd say the banks have today?
Biggest issue probably is trying to get everybody to use online mobile banking, things like that, trying to get the older customers to use that. It's really difficult. Digital, that's just the word. Yeah. Do
you think that it's a case that you can't teach an old dog new tricks, and
maybe
it's just a whole generation will have to pass away?
Probably.
And then you're just going to have the new generation who are accustomed to it.
Possibly. I think there's a big generation who will never use it. So, hell would have to freeze over before they'll use it.
But even then, as regardless of what generation you are, as you get older, your eyesight starts to deteriorate and things like that. You're going to always need to be able to walk into a bank and talk to somebody.
Yeah, maybe. And
I
think you can still use mobile and online banking, even if you can't see it. We have like Braille, we have visual stuff, all sorts of stuff. But
you mean so they go into the branch and use online banking kind of thing?
Well, we can help them with it. Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Okay. We hoped you liked that episode. Keeping in mind, we never know who we're going to interview. We post twice a day, 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. GMT. Have you ever considered the future economies to invest in? Why not listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories? Considering Africa has the fastest growing economies and population on Earth and has done for many years, it holds 30% of the world's known natural resources. We publish twice a week, Tuesday with a guest investor and Fridays talking about investment, politics and history, providing a clear understanding for any potential investor.